Hey friends, Kevin here, and one of the questions that I get asked all the time, having done this now off and on for 6 or 7 years, is what is the most important thing in my build? Whether it's a full-size van, whether it's a minivan that you are using for van life. If you have a different answer, feel free to put this down in the comments. But I can tell you flat out what I think it is and what I tell everyone and what I see a lot of people on the road that I've met being out there that did it wrong, and they are 1,000 miles from home and they are having severe regrets having done it wrong. So the most important thing, quite simply, is sleep. A place to sleep. If you do not have a comfortable place to sleep in whatever vehicle you're using, whatever type of build you are doing, your trip, your existence will be misery. I have met people that are so cramped up with everything they don't have room to put anything, and they're trying to be in this mummified position and with stuff stacked around them all night. They can't move, they can't turn over, and obviously they can't get a good night's sleep that way. Now, I've done several videos. The first bed I had was one that I built, was a slide out deal. I'll link all this stuff down below. The bed I went to after that was this metal frame bed. You can pick it up, I'll link it down below. The thing holds 750 pounds for a single, 1,500 pounds for a double. You can take and stand on this thing, but it's small enough to fold up. So it's absolutely brilliant design. That coupled with a decent mattress, whatever type of mattress you choose. I've had good luck out of mine. The 5 or 6 years I've used these things off and on, the covers haven't torn, they're washable. It's just good, solid stuff. But more than anything else, it is comfortable. It is as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than my bigger, fancier bed at home base. If you put yourself into a position that you think you're going to take off across the country and all you're going to do is throw a cheap sleeping bag or a mat into the bottom of your van and just take off and you're going to somehow be comfortable, you're not. It's one of those things you almost need to experiment if you're new to this van life thing or adventure travel thing, that you almost need to experiment with before you go, because you just don't want to be those people that got out on the road and found out they did it wrong. And the rest of their trip, or the weeks or months until they make it back home to change it and do something different, are just going to be miserable. I did a video on the proper bed height. This is going to make a difference to different people. Some people disagree with this, but I'll tell you, I have met a whole lot more people out on the road, especially in minivans, that did builds that went, man, I built this bed too high. And they did. They can't sit up in the bed. They have to crawl into the bed. They built the thing so high, they don't have room to turn over. Their face is this far from the roof of their van. They can't turn over sideways because they don't have any shoulder height, but they have plenty of space underneath to store things. Space underneath to store things is great, but not if you're so miserable you can't get any sleep. Because we all know what happens when you don't get enough sleep, when you don't get enough rest, or enough good rest. You know how the next day is going to be. You're grumpy, you're grouchy, you just don't feel good, your energy level's shot, and those things are not conducive to going out and having a good time in nature. They're not conducive to enjoying yourself and going on hikes or exploring towns or whatever it is that you enjoy doing on the road. And let me know down in the comments what it is, those guys and gals watching this that are already on the road. Let everybody know some idea of what you have that works for you. Or if you chose poorly the first time around, what didn't work for you, and put you in a position where you just weren't able to sleep well or rest well. Because again, this is one of these things we all learn from each other. And I can tell you, I did not get everything right the first time either. Luckily, I figured that one out, the bed sleep arrangement in vans, pretty early on. With that said, hope everyone is doing well. More stuff to come I've been working on and let pile up. It is rolling out now. You're going to see places I've been in the last year that I've pretty much disappeared on you, and you're going to see what's happening with this current trip. So lots of good things going on, lots of problems being solved on the road that hopefully you can learn from, and we'll talk soon.